Hiya! I have something really exciting to show you guys today, and that is a bunch of brushes. I have 3 different sets in here, and I'm really excited to talk to you guys all about these. First up, I have these Real Techniques Dupe Brushes. They have the full set for I think I got it on Wish for $11. I'll put all of the links below for all of the 3 brush sets and where I found them and how much they cost and that whole thing. But I believe it was around $11 for all of these, I think including shipping. And it comes with, just like the original set, it comes with the 3 silver eye brushes, the 2 rose gold face brushes, and then these foundation and powder brushes, which are gold. And I'll tell you, the first thing that I noticed is that the ferrule is metal, and then this bottom part is just like metallic plastic. So it's not as like heavy and weighty as the original brushes, but the color is consistent from the ferrule to the handle, so that's good. And honestly, for me, I don't mind that it's plastic. I don't mind that it's a little bit lighter. It's cheap, and so I'm happy. This brush, one thing that I did notice when I went to the store and really checked out the Real Techniques ones, is that it's not as fluffy as the other one. It is kind of flat here and then obviously wider there. It's not perfectly domed, but it does do a great job of blending powder. I wouldn't use it for a powder foundation, but I would use it just to dust on some setting powder over concealer or on my T-zone, whatever. The next one is the foundation brush. I don't use or really like these kind of brushes anyway, so I honestly just don't really have an opinion on it. It blends well for this type of brush. It is a little bit more dense. It's a good brush, it's decent. It's not my favorite, but these aren't my favorite kind of brushes anyway. Next up is the rose gold contouring brush. Let me tell you, I use this brush every day. I love this brush. I adore this brush. This brush has become my life. I have the other Real Techniques sculpting brush with the pink handle and the black and white hairs on top. And I used to really like that brush, but this one blends so well. It doesn't take too much product. And it blends it out really well. It makes it look really natural, and it's overall it's a really good brush. I haven't had any shedding problems. I can see like one hair that's a little bit longer than the rest, but other than that, it's a really good brush for the price. Next, I have the blush brush, and I have to say that it's a little small. I don't know if it's smaller than the original Real Techniques brushes, but it is pretty small. I've been using this NARS Dupe brush, which is obviously much bigger, much rounder, much like it's easier for blending. I've been using that one a lot, and I have the other Real Techniques blush brush. It's not my favorite. But if you're just going to purchase one set, or if you're a beginner and you just want to get a set of brushes, this does work. It does work really well. It's just not my absolute favorite. I have a lot of brushes, so I can be picky with what I use every day. The next one is this it's just a basic domed eye brush. It works really well. It picks up a lot of product and it blends perfectly, so I really like it. The next one is this like blending brush. It is a little bit dense for a blending brush, and it is really big, so I have a hard time using it sometimes unless I'm gonna do like a really blended out simple eye look. I don't really use it a whole lot. Maybe just because I have small eyes. If you have bigger eyes, it might be easier for you to use, but I have really small eyes. Next, I have this eyeliner brush. I mean, obviously you can tell it's stained, it's been used. I really love this brush. I really like the way that it puts on the product. It's dense, and so it doesn't, like, you know, when like other brushes aren't very dense, they can like slip and bend, and like especially when you're doing something as intricate as eyeliner, this brush is really, really good because it doesn't bend, it doesn't move, it picks up a lot of product, and it's really easy to use, especially with a long-ish handle. Next, I have these NARS Dupe Brushes. I don't know if you can see them because my hair is dark and they're dark. They're black and they're really nice. Tell you what. Okay, so when I first got these, I was like, oh, like this one's a little bit big, and well, they shed a little bit. They have a little bit of a shedding problem. I'm gonna say that right now. But I received these in the mail, and I was really impressed with the way they look. They look just like exactly like the NARS ones. They even have the wrapped wisteria or whatever they say on their website, the wrapped wood around the handle. Obviously all except for the Ida brush, or the Ida brush. And I actually went to the store. I had this one and this one with me in my purse. I was in, sorry, this one's dirty. It's been in my purse as my like powder brush that I take with me everywhere. Because I have oily skin and I always have to repowder. So I had these two with me, and I went into the Sephora store and went and looked at their, you know, how they have like the brushes attached to the display. And so I went up and I was like, oh, I was touching them, and like this one's really soft. I don't remember what this one's called, but it's just a basic, like it's a really small powder brush. And this one's the blush brush, obviously. But I was like, oh, like these aren't super soft. Maybe, you know, the ones at the store are. And I went and I touched them, especially this one. This one's kind of bristly almost. And I went and felt this one in the store, which is $55 in the store. And like I got it for like $2.50 on eBay. And it felt the exact same. I was very confused as to why the brush in the store was so bristly, but I guess that's just how they are. So these are pretty accurate to the real thing. I have used every single one of these brushes. They blend like a dream. I love them. Like I said, the only problem that they have is a little bit of shedding, which, I mean, it's a black hair, and it's usually like one, and you can just pick it off or whatever. And I really love these brushes for the price. I got this entire set for like $14.50 on eBay. I'll link all the brushes below. This is a good set. It's a really good set for $15, when one of these brushes, like I know in the US, this brush alone is $55, and I know other places like Australia and Canada and the UK, these are like insane. I know like, I remember I have a friend in Australia who said this, she bought this for like $85 in Australian, or like $75 or something, like something astronomical. That ain't right. I'm not a fan of that. Go on eBay. Get it much cheaper. Even if you're in Australia and you're paying for the shipping, it's still going to be a lot cheaper than whatever you're paying for that brush over there. And next I have this gigantic set of brushes. These were $10, or no, I got these brushes for $5 on Wish, and I think it was like $2 or $3 shipping, so together it was $8 for 5 brushes. You get 5 of these eye brushes and then 5 of these face brushes, and they're all kind of the same shape. So I mean, you kind of get a lot of the same thing, but they're all really good. My favorite out of these face brushes is this one, and this one is very, very, very similar to, there's like a cosmetics brush that looks like this, there's a Real Techniques brush that looks like this, there's a Sigma brush, there's blah, 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 blah. Every major brand is making these buffing brushes for foundation, and this one's really, really, really good. First, I started with the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques, then I switched to the buffing brush that's in the core collection, and then I got these in the mail, and I immediately, I was like, okay, well that's very similar to the one that I already have, the buffing brush. What's going to be the difference? I wonder if it's going to be streakier or not blend as well or whatever, because it's super duper cheap. And honestly, this is my favorite brush. My favorite foundation brush I've ever used. I love this thing. I really, really do. It blends like a dream. It blends. I always mix in a little bit of the L'Oreal Magic Lumi illuminating primer in with my foundation, and it blends it in evenly. It doesn't there isn't streaks of illuminator or whatever. it just blends really, really, really well, and it doesn't make the foundation settle into fine lines or anything. It works really, really well. I love this one. This brush is similar to the other one except for its angle. It's very, very similar to the other one. It's round and it's domed. It's shaped the same way, but because it's at an angle and because it's a little bit less dense, this one isn't as good for foundation, like full coverage foundation. But if you're doing like a powder foundation or like a BB cream, something lighter that isn't gonna look as streaky, this one's really, really perfect for that. I love using this one. These next two are my absolute favorite from the eye brushes. This one is a little domed eyeshadow brush, and see, like, there is a little bit of like shed. It's not even shedding, it's like hairs that aren't aligned properly, and so they stick out funny. Like, you just have to like snip them. But this one is my favorite for eyeshadow. It really helps pack on the color and blend it out. It works really, really, really well. I love this one. And then this one's really dense. It has a little pointy dome and it's really dense. And I love using this one to get right in the corner of the eye with a highlight and then blending a highlight under the brow bone. It's really good. I love it. So in conclusion, these are not the best brushes that you're ever gonna buy with all the money in the world, but these are some of the best brushes for their price range. They're all very, very, very cheap and reasonably priced, even for someone who's on a really, really, really tight budget. I get you. I get the struggle. These are really, really great tools, and I would really suggest investing in them. They're great for the price, and they're great dupes for the different brands that they are trying to represent. So I love these. I give them all three sets a thumbs up. I really adore these. They're great. Love them. So that's it for my brush video. If you guys have any other questions about the brushes or the prices or whatever, I'm going to link the prices and where I got them below. And if you have any questions about them, just let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Love you, and see you next time. Mwah. Next I have the, what is this? Whatever.